Hello everybody, this is Prowl and welcome to another tutorial on keeping it simple, where we cover all the parts of Minecraft in a simpler and easier to understand way. Most of my tutorials are made for Bedrock Edition, but most of the time there is also crossover to Java. Most of what I talk about today will be some crossover, but there may be some minor differences. So if you play Java, just double check some of the things I say. And today we will be talking about villager trading, starting with some of the more useless villagers for trading, working our way up all the way down here to some of the more useful villagers to trade with. We won't be going over like the specific farms that you can make to actually like use with these guys or anything of that nature. We will go over a couple of tips though here just to kind of get you started, and then for the most part this video is really going to be focusing on going over each individual villager, what his profession block is, what his profession is, and the worthwhile trades that you can get from him, including the amounts of the items that you need to trade with. So why do you need to trade with villagers, or more importantly, I guess, why do you want to trade with villagers? You get a lot of good things from them. You get a lot of experience points. Villagers have a lot of good things to trade to give you, such as enchanted books or cooked meats or ender pearls and a lot of other things. So you have a lot of stuff that you can get from them, and you need to trade things to them to get the emeralds to then buy those things off of them. Now this is going to be the meh or the useless category. These guys don't really have a lot of use. I did find a couple of decent trades, so we're going to go over these guys kind of quick. As we go through, I'll let you see what their profession block is, and then we'll take a look at the things that they can trade. So this is the fisherman right here, which you can get by putting down a barrel and linking a villager up to it. The fisherman, he does have a lot of things that he can trade you for. String, 20 string will get you an emerald, 10 coal, 15 raw cod, or 13 raw salmon. All of these will get you emeralds. Actually, this guy's, out of all the useless guys, he's probably the most useful because fish farms aren't really that bad to do. But the reason he's in the useless category is there's really nothing of value to get from this guy. A fishing rod, that's about it. So yeah, this guy, fisherman, we're going to go ahead and put him in the useless category. We have the leather worker. Another guy that is pretty useless. You get him by putting down a cauldron and linking up your villager with that cauldron. He will trade you leather for emeralds, which isn't that bad if you have a bartering farm. You can get a whole lot of leather and trade that off to him, so you get a decent amount of emeralds from that. But he does not have anything to trade unless you fancy getting leather armor, which I don't know about you. I don't think leather armor is very useful. Moving on, we do have the cleric. Now this guy right here, use a brewing stand, and he will trade you, or you can trade him, rotten flesh for emeralds. Honestly, this trade is kind of useless because you have to give him so much rotten flesh. But if you have any kind of like mob based farms at all, you probably have a lot of this stuff sitting around, so you might as well get rid of it and trade it off to him for some emeralds. He does have a decent emerald trade with ender pearls. This was more valuable before bartering farms came to exist, so it's a little... What are you doing? It's a little less useful now. And bottles of enchanting, which you can use to give yourself experience. Again, these two aren't really very useful anymore either. Next, we have the cartographer, which this guy right here, you need to put down the cartography table. You can trade him 24 paper for an emerald, or you can buy maps from him off emeralds. The maps isn't that bad, honestly. You can get this is just an empty map, but you can get treasure maps from him that will take you to sunken ships, or you can get the woodland mansion maps, which will take you to the nearest woodland mansion. Still in the useless category, we have the shepherd, which you can get by placing down the loom. The shepherd, you can trade 18 of 4 different wool types. I didn't write them all down. They are on the wiki though. You can check those out. Or you can trade him up to, there's several types of dyes. I think 4 different dyes, 12 of those. And you can get emeralds for that. Honestly, you're probably not going to have a lot of this stuff sitting around. Or if you would like to get a banner, you can trade him 1 emerald for, or a number of emeralds, I don't remember the amount, for a variety of different color banners. It depends on which one you get. You will have different banners available to you. Still in the useless category is the mason, which you can get by placing down the stone cutter. This guy right here, you can trade him stone for emeralds, which if you do a lot of mining, have a big project of digging out to do, you may end up with a lot of stone. And a semi-useful trade here, you can trade emeralds back for smooth quartz blocks. Quartz is not always easy to get, although again, bartering farms. Have you noticed that there's a theme here? A lot of these guys' usefulness has been replaced by bartering farms. But yeah, you can trade emeralds for quartz blocks, which isn't too bad of a trade-off. Let's end the useless category here. Let's move on to the, that's kind of useful. I kind of like this guy. I might want a couple of them. First on the list, we have the Fletcher, which you can get by putting down a fletching table. The Fletcher, you can trade only 14 string to get emeralds from, and you can trade him emeralds to get arrows, or you can get poisoned or tipped arrows as well. He can carry all the different types of tipped arrows. Again, if you're not familiar with villager trading, as you go through and unlock all of the different levels, once you get to level 5, he will have one of those types of arrows to trade to you. It's random though what you get, so you may end up needing to get a lot of these different guys if you want the different types of arrows, but tipped arrows cannot always be very easy to make. You have to then go through the process of making potions, which we may cover in a later video, by the way. So instead of having to go through all of that, to be able to get them for free, not for free, but for an emerald trade from these guys is pretty nice. And when you trade the emeralds, for per 1 emerald, you get 16 regular arrows or 5 poison arrows. So it's not too bad of a trade-off either. Next on the semi-useful category, we have the Butcher. And I was surprised to put him here. You get him via a smoker, but there was one really good trade I liked here. First of all, you could trade him a variety of things to get emeralds. You got raw chicken, 14 raw chicken, 4 raw rabbit, 7 raw pork chops, 10 raw beef, 7 raw mutton, or 15 raw coal. And for all you Waddles fans out there, I know you guys love the sweet berries. Waddles, sorry buddy, you have to let go of the sweet berries. Trade them to your Butcher and get you some emeralds, because 10 sweet berries will get you an emerald. And this is the one I really liked a lot. Not one emerald, but emeralds. You guys have to go to the wiki. I should have put the emerald amounts here, but you can purchase with emeralds 3 cooked beef. Actually, I think it is 1 emerald. One emerald will get you 3 cooked beef. Cooked beef is right up there with the golden carrots in terms of best food in the game. So to be able to get a lot of that, honestly, is a really, really good deal. Moving on to the Armorer, which you can make with a blast furnace or get with a blast furnace. You can trade this guy coal, 15 coal or 4 iron to get an emerald. Honestly, this is not a bad trade-off at all. If you get yourself an iron farm, you can trade iron all day long and make yourself rich with the emeralds that you get. Also, instead of wasting all of your diamonds, hard-earned diamonds, on making diamond gear, instead, you could trade emeralds for diamond gear. The diamond gear will have random enchantments on it. These are non-enchanted, but they will have random enchantments. Sometimes those enchantments won't be that good. Sometimes those enchantments will be really good. So, armor is definitely in the somewhat useful category. The same deal with the toolsmith here, which is the same thing except for tools. 15 coal, 4 iron for emeralds, and then you can get the different tool types. The hoe does not come enchanted, but the different tools here do. The axe, pickaxe, and shovel. And then lastly, we do have the weaponsmith. Same thing yet again. This guy swapped places with... They're trading. It's fine. It's fine. I'll fix that in a second. The weaponsmith, he does not look like that. He looks like this. This is the weaponsmith guy. Again, 15 coal, 4 iron, or you can trade for enchanted sword or enchanted axe. The axe will have some sort of battle enchantment on it. Let's get away from the semi-useless guys, or the okay guys. Let's fix this issue, whatever's happening here, and let's go over the guys that are the most useful. And last but certainly not least, we have the most useful villagers in Minecraft right here. We have the farmer, which you can get by putting down a composter. The reason why the farmer is so good is because all of these things are incredibly easy to farm and to set up in one general area. And when it comes to trading, the best way to get the most emeralds is to have a single villager that has a lot of different trades available. That way you can get the most emeralds from one villager before he locks up his trades. He will take 20 wheat, 26 potatoes, 22 carrots, 15 beetroot, 6 pumpkins, or 4 melons. It can be any one of these, like any 2 of these 4, and then I think they always have the pumpkins and melons available. And you can get arguably the best food in the game along with beef. Cooked beef is you can get golden carrots from this guy. Super useful. If you don't have a villager trading hall with farmers in it, you are messing up, sir. You are messing up. You need to have farmers. Next, this guy's a must. If you don't have a trading hall dedicated to just the librarian, you probably shouldn't even be playing Minecraft. What are you doing? Turn the game off right now if you don't have this, or go make it right now. One of the two. But putting down a lectern will give you access to this guy. And what is so useful about him? He's got a couple of okay trades. You can trade paper to him or 4 books to him. 24 paper, 4 books to get emeralds. You can trade emeralds for a variety of somewhat useful things like bookshelves, lanterns, glass, or name tags. But here's the moneymaker right here, guys. Here's the moneymaker. You could trade him 1 emerald or a number of emeralds, anywhere between, I think it's like 10 or so, or 8 maybe. I can't remember how low it goes. It may even go lower than that. And a book, all the way up to 64 emeralds, and 1 book to get a enchanted book. And he can offer you any of these enchanted books in the game outside of, I think, the new soul speed ones. But outside of soul speed, you can get, and the curses. Outside of those, though, you can get any of these books. It is random, so these guys, you may end up making a trading hall or a trading village with like 30 or 40 of these guys if you really want to get all of the enchantments. But it is so worth it. It is worth it. Get yourself a lot of librarians set up right now. And also, they're not good to trade with to get emeralds from, so set up some of these other guys based on the things that you like to farm to get yourself. We're going to talk about him too, to get yourself all the emeralds you need to trade with this guy. And we cannot forget about our buddy, the Wandering Trader, who honestly just sells you a lot of useless stuff that you can get a lot easier. But if I'm being fair, honestly, if you're really early game and let's say you want to get some bamboo, but you can't find a jungle, maybe he'll have it in here for you, right? So there could be some good things from him. But typically, when you see this guy, you're probably just going to want to do this. And just take care of him. And then if you don't burn him with lava, you could probably get his leads, and then you can burn your whole village down, which I'm doing right now. There we go. But yeah, he's pretty useless. You probably just want to get rid of him. And that's going to be it, guys. I want to thank you so much. The amount of feedback, good feedback I've gotten on this series has been crazy. I am loving it. Drop me more feedback down below. If you've been enjoying the series or you enjoyed just this one video right here and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel right now. It's down there. Click it. And while you're at it, click that bell. That way you get all the notifications whenever I post new videos. And make sure you hit the like button and all the other good fun stuff that I usually ask you guys to do too. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Look out for more videos in the future, especially there he is again. Especially videos pertaining to the different farms that are going to be good for villager trading. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.